delving into the last topic for this particular course, and that is when our data violate the assumptions of our particular tests. In particular, we violate the assumption of normality. And so this particular lecture is going to focus on data transformations, and then the last 4 videos are going to focus on different non-parametric tests in which to use in the event that we can't transform our data appropriately. So up until this point, we've talked about a variety of different parametric tests in which to investigate our data for different questions of interest. And one of the basic assumptions for these different tests is that the data is from a population with normal distribution. Now, in certain circumstances, we can't make that assumption because the data may not be normally distributed. And in this particular case, the first step is oftentimes to try and transform our data and then check once again to see if we meet this assumption of normality, in which case we can then use the parametric test that is of interest to us that fits our question and move forward. So a data transformation is simply using some type of mathematical operation on our data in which to create a normal distribution. And so we can move from a frequency distribution like this, where it's very right skewed, to one that's more normally distributed. And it's important to note that we won't have a perfect normal distribution, but we want it to approximate that unimodal bell-shaped curve. So non-normality is often attributed to the skewness of our data, either positively or negatively. Now, if we've got positively skewed data in which the tail extends out to the right, if it's only a moderate amount of skewness, well then we can use a root transformation, like the square root or the cube root of our respective data, in which to then recheck our assumption of normality. But if it's severely skewed to the right, then we may want to use logarithm. On the other end, if our data is negatively skewed or skewed to the left, but it's only moderately skewed, well then we may want to square or cube our data. But if it's severely skewed to the left or severely negatively skewed, well then using an exponential or natural logarithm is going to be the most appropriate way in which to transform our data. Now, an important note when we're thinking about transformations is that if we have negative values or zeros in our data set, it can lead to some problems, such that we can't take the square root of a negative number. It's going to give us an undefined number, and this is going to be a problem. And so in these particular situations, we may need to add a constant to each one of our data points in which to make sure that they don't equal 0 or a negative value. So we might need to add 1 or 2 or even 10 to all of our data points and then transform our data. This shouldn't affect our ability to analyze our data. It's just simply going to shift our data to the right on our respective frequency distribution plot. So let's go through an example. We won't spend a lot of time on this because performing mathematical functions should be something you're familiar with and comfortable with, and we'll go through a couple examples in class to make sure everybody's comfortable. But let's say that we have some weight data from fish, and when we plot the distribution of our data, we notice that it's skewed. It's not a unimodal bell-shaped curve, it's skewed to the left. And so we know that we're not going to be able to meet the assumption of a normal distribution. And so first thing we will do is try to transform our data before moving to a non-parametric test. So we can square our data, and then we can see how this affects the distribution of our data set. What we notice is that it looks much better. It's not perfect, but in this case, we would say that our data are now normally distributed, and we can then use any of our parametric tests: ANOVA, t-test, linear regression, correlation. Now, something important to note is that the further that we transform our data from its original format, we may actually be causing a skewness in the other direction. Here, if we cube the weight values of our respective data, we actually start seeing that it becomes skewed in the opposite direction, to the right. And so we want to be conservative in the transformations that we're making, and we also want to repeatedly check on the effect of those transformations before going too far. So data transformations can be valuable because it can enable us to use these parametric tests in making sure that we meet the assumption of normality. But there's some disadvantages to doing this. One is that we can't always achieve a normal distribution just by transforming the data. Sometimes it's just going to be skewed and we're not going to meet that assumption. The other disadvantage is that as we start transforming our data, it gets more difficult to interpret what the log of kilometers mean or what the square root of the length of an animal means becomes difficult to interpret at times. And so, in addition to data transformations, when we violate that assumption of normality, we can use non-parametric tests in which to address the same questions. And we're going to talk about 4 different non-parametric tests moving forward. And for the next lecture, we're going to talk about the Wilcoxon signed rank test.